Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's reading is called Working Around the Light. And I actually got the title when I went to move my candle. I was told no, to leave it there in the middle of an imprint that had formed by something one of my kids must have put on my desk. And it makes a perfect circle, like a halo around the candle. So that was significant, some sort of, I don't know, just this halo around the light. Anyways, so that's what we're going to be starting with in this reading. I have a lot on here today, but it's all stuff I was guided to put here that I will be using some of, but not all of. So if there's anything here that you're specifically called to that I don't mention, just ask about it in the comments, and I'll answer you as best as I can. But anything here that I do know, like the black tourmaline or whatever, then I can I can explain that for you. But there are some things that you may ask that I may not know, but I will help you as best as I can. Because sometimes we're called to things that we're meant to search for ourselves. Like, it's not always going to be given to us. Sometimes we have to actually dig and dig deep and go out and find what it is. Alright, so I guess I'm going to start with the book, because I definitely know that I want to talk about this. I am not a reader. I'm a reader, but I don't like books. Does that make sense? Like, I find many books are written in a very boring manner because I like a conversation. So this book felt very much like a conversation. Like, I could imagine, I could see the author there talking to me, right? And so the book is called A Seed of Love, and it's by Cheryl Lee Harnish. Okay? It's a beautiful book. What else? Let's see. I don't have this mirrored, so you won't be able to read it well. Maybe I can find a way to flip the video before I post it. I'll try to do that, but don't expect too much because I'm not a techie. But A Seed of Love, she talks about her spiritual awakening, the author, and I'm almost halfway through the book, and I only read it for a couple of hours, and it takes a lot for me to stick to reading from a book for hours and hours. It takes quite a bit. It's not something I don't enjoy it that much. It's got to be a really, really good book. I'm just really picky, I guess. And this I really enjoyed. So somebody out there, this may be helpful for you. Maybe you want just a different point of view on spirituality. You can get that from this book. You can get someone else's perspective on spiritual awakening through this book. And I'm sure that there's so much more that I don't even know of yet because, like I said, I'm not even done with it myself. Maybe I'll talk about it again in another video. But Cheryl Lee also has a YouTube channel, and I feel called that you should probably go check it out. If you feel like, I don't know, if you feel drawn to this book, you should definitely check out her channel. This, I believe, is one of her cards because she does fractal art, which is really cool stuff. But she uses her own decks on the channel, so you can see them and see if maybe you resonate with them. Or maybe the decks is just something for you. You can also buy her decks through her website. But Cheryl Lee Harnish, spelled like cherry instead of, SH. But it's Cheryl Lee Harnish, Seed of Love, for anyone interested. It's a beautiful book, definitely insightful, seeing what someone else's journey is like compared to your own. Um, and seeing how some things that didn't quite make sense to you before, just hearing someone else's story kind of makes it, oh, wow, well, that's what was happening here with me. You know, it just makes things click. This is why community is so important. Um, and this is something I've, been learning myself, is community is important. You want to make sure you're surrounding yourself with the right kind of people. That's really important, because if the people around you are people that you can just feel that it's off, it just doesn't feel like, it feels heavy when you're around them, is the best way I can explain it. If it feels heavy when you're around them, that's usually a sign that there's there's something there for you to look at, but it's also a warning that that is something you need to avoid. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Let's see what I get called to next. Okay, I have a rose oil. Roses may be significant to someone, or maybe your name is Rose. I mean, that would be kind of obvious, duh. But I'm just saying it, in case someone's wondering, well, my name is Rose. What if that's why? Well, yes, if your name is Rose, yes. Maybe you're being guided or feeling called to, or you will be, to take better care of yourself, to enjoy in all of your senses, not just what you can see and hear, which unfortunately is what we seem to be obsessed with, but what can you taste? What can you touch? What can you smell? Smell is a very overlooked scent. I just said scent. So scents are definitely important. Maybe that's why the rose is coming up, because it is a scent. And a body oil would be a good way, or a perfume. Whichever way you feel called to explore scents. It could even be candles, right? But I feel like that's important for someone to stimulate the sense of smell. Yeah. I mean, because that is one of the clairs. There are some people who are clair. I think it's clairgustance or gustance or something like that. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's the clair of smell. So yeah, that's for somebody. For somebody, I'm hearing it's time. I've been getting something about an eclipse, but I mean, that's all I get whenever I see it. But there's something that I've been seeing for a few weeks now, honestly, about an eclipse, something being significant about an eclipse. I don't know if it's lunar or solar, or maybe it's because it's going to be different for everyone. But if eclipse resonates for you, then maybe search up, because you could be anywhere in the world, right? And sometimes we don't all get to see when these eclipses happen. So it's going to literally be different for everyone. So look up the next eclipse, both solar and lunar, whichever one comes first. I'm hearing whichever one comes first for you specifically, wherever you're at right now, the moment you're seeing this, pause the video if you need to and come back, but pause it, or go to grab your laptop if you don't have it, or however you're watching this video, and do what you got to do to look that up right now, because that is very significant. I'm not getting told why, but I am getting a sense of urgency, like a very strong sense of urgency. Yeah, so if that resonates with you, definitely look it up. Somebody here is questioning, well, I'm thinking solar, but really an eclipse, or like you're not sure about the eclipse part, but you're definitely sure about the solar, then yes, look at the solar eclipse. When is your next solar eclipse? Maybe because you're questioning so much, you should also check on your root chakra. When we feel grounded, the root chakra is about where you, sorry, God, I can't even speak. So yeah, this energy feels very, unsure. Like sure yet unsure. I hope that makes sense. Like you feel sure of yourself, but then you don't. And you feel sure of yourself, but then you question something. And it's like, whatever you question yourself on, it's somehow, even if it's like not directly in any way, shape, or form of like related to something else, like the energy affects the other energies around you, and it like distorts them. Like it's your hesitations on trusting yourself are distorting other energies around you, and it's like doing this ripple effect. And that's part of what's keeping you blocked, because you keep questioning. So you need to get grounded. Okay, whatever it takes for you to get grounded and to feel safe. Ask yourself, well, why don't I feel safe? Or what about my life do I not feel safe about, right? Because it's going to be different for everybody. So whatever it is that you don't feel safe about, dig into that. There's transformative power in that. I'm looking at the moth, right? Very earthy energy, because if you think about when you see moths like this, it's usually hot, much hotter weather, like, or maybe where you're at it's hot weather, but moths, they're out in really hot weather, at night, like, where nature's very alive at night. I don't know, that's got to be significant for somebody, because I don't know why they're giving me that. Watch life at night. I'm seeing almost like an owl. You know how owls, they, wherever they're at, they literally, their head's on a swivel. Maybe you're military, head on a swivel. That is a warning that they tell you when you're in combat, because if you get tunnel vision, maybe you have tunnel vision. If you get tunnel vision and your head's not on a swivel, like, you could literally end up dead. And trigger warning, I'm sorry, but like, we're here for the truth, right? That is what my channel is about. And if you are super sensitive to things like that, then you maybe just come back later and see if you're ready for my channel. Give yourself some time. All right, you're drawn here for a reason, but it might not be for right now, and that is okay. Okay, if it's too triggering for you, there's so many beautiful, amazing, talented tarot readers and oracles out there. Like, don't worry, you will find the energy that is perfect for you right now. And down the road, even if it's you like literally unsubscribing down the road, you will get the closure you need. That's what I'm getting at. Is like, you're going to get the closure you need. You're going to get the knowledge and understanding that you need. But right now, what you need to focus on is this getting grounded. it's the only way to find what's really important. When you ground yourself, it's the only way. Yeah, and like the owls, you know, with the head on the swivel, they see everything, and they see, I mean, they see better at night in the dark. And well, why do people usually fear the dark? Well, because the dark, then you don't see what's around you, so it's fear of the unknown, right? But the owls, they can see in the dark. They're like, you know, bats. They have their own way. It's different, but like they still see at night. So whether for you it's through what you're getting through your eyes, through your visuals, whether that be third eye visuals or literally seeing with your eyes, and for some of you it's what you're hearing and what you're feeling. I feel like some of you that this is resonating for, you have multiple clairs, because mine are all going off right now. It's like it feels very overstimulating, and maybe that's the problem, because when you do have multiple clairs and they're all like overstimulated, or even for some when they're coming online, it can be like overwhelming. Now, for those of you that have had it your whole life, maybe you thought it was one thing, but really you're going to be finding out that oh my gosh, like, so that's what this was, right? The pieces are going to fall into place, I just heard. Yeah, it's do what you love. I'm hearing do what you love, and with do what you love, that's to ground yourself, right? Like whatever makes you feel like when you're in the process of doing it, you're fully in that moment. Like maybe it's they're giving me playing cards, like a friend's having a poker game. Now it's dominoes. And I'm seeing someone at a gym. Anything, and telling you, it's literally anything. I'm seeing someone swimming, and I'm seeing someone just standing there and literally just taking a deep breath of the air, just standing right outside of their house. Like grounding is anything that you are fully present in your senses, and not in the mind, but like you can feel. Okay, so if you're let's take the simple one. You're standing outside of your house and you see everything around you. And then you close your eyes as you feel the wind on your skin, and you take in a deep breath. And as you take in that deep breath, suddenly you can feel the sun shining on your skin. And you can feel its warmth spread through all the areas of your body that the sun is touching, because it could be a cloudy day, so maybe everything's not being touched. And then you let out that deep breath, and suddenly you feel the earth beneath your feet. You smell the dirt and the grass, the trees. You can hear the birds. Maybe you can hear crickets. Whatever that is for you, that is when you are fully grounded in. That's when you're in a place of more inner calm. And if for you, that's when you're in the ring beating the out of somebody, then honey, that is what it is for you. We've all got to release that energy somehow. And, you know, some of us do see some ways of release as more violent, and some of us just see it as like, well, that's just more fun. You know, like a safe way to do something dangerous, you know, like where you know everyone involved is a willing participant. Like it's not a fucking bar fight. Like we're just in a ring. We're sportsmen. We're both athletes. Like, and let me tell you, fighters are athletes. Not saying anything about any other athletes. All athletes, I am like in awe of their devotion and their commitment to what they do, because that, I mean, to be an athlete, it takes true commitment. Maybe someone here is an athlete, or there's something relating to that. Or whatever it is you're committed to. That's what's important here. It's whatever you are committed to. Right? Because if it's not something that you're committed to energetically, physically, you're not going to commit to it. Maybe for you, going to the gym and lifting weights isn't your thing. And that is okay. Maybe you're a freaking mountain climber. Have you seen how ripped they are? They're fit as well. Maybe you're a surfer. Maybe you're a scuba diver. Maybe you're a mermaid. Limitless possibilities. Look at transformation. And she's looking out. Look at this. There's just all this energy. Like I'm hearing believe in magic. Allow yourself to believe in magic. Magic is just science we don't yet understand, right? For those of you who are more on the logic side of things, magic is just science we don't understand. I mean, people used to think fire was magic, right? And now we can break it down into a formula. And not everything was meant to be explained anyways. Some things require faith, and others require spirituality. Because while they are very, very similar, faith can sometimes leave you trapped in some of the, I'm hearing, dogmas or stigmas of religion. Whereas spirituality is more free-flowing. It is more based on what your heart is calling you to. It is all about love, guidance of love. And then having the faith that choosing the right thing, choosing the truth always is the right way. You might not always get what you want, but you always get what you need. My mother used to say that to me all the time. And it's so true. I've looked back on my life and, I mean, we get things in some weird, twisted ways sometimes, but it's beautiful when you sit there and look at the big picture of it all. I mean, yeah, sure, you could zoom into her ankle and see how pretty that swirl that can almost be like a universe and almost look like it's almost like this etheric or energetic anklet around her, and this beautiful star that looks like it's a real star on her leg, or maybe it's just a magical tattoo. Who knows, right? Because this is a very magical card. I keep hearing anything is possible. If you just focused on that, look what you'd be missing, okay? Focus on what you can see here. Maybe you got a bit more perspective, right? You've learned you've got to take a look at things. You're not a fool, right? But look what happens when you take a beginner's mind and try to see things through the eyes of a child. So through innocent eyes. And what is innocence? Love. Love is innocence. It is purity, right? What happens when you take a look with an open heart and an open mind? There's so much more to see. Oh, that was a lot from just 2 cards, so I need a little break. I'm going to put this deck down because this deck has always been a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deck to me. Very powerful. Protection, spiritual protection is being drawn into the mix right now. This is Florida water. I love Florida water. You can use it on anywhere you want. My grandmother literally would, like, I swear, sometimes I felt like she would bathe in the stuff. She would always, like, I don't know, it was weird. She used it for random things, like even just for little massages. I think she liked the smell. I like it too. It smells nice. We need a new candle. All right. So let me grab that real quick. And I'm going to leave the Florida water bottle here so you can take a screenshot if you would like. And then that way, here, that's a little better right here. So then you know what to look for and you can see the name and all that good stuff. My little bag is running low on candles. And I don't have my lighter here. Do you see like how Spirit is literally showing you through me that shit does not always go as planned, and who fucking cares? So what if this looks like a hot mess and it's crazy? This is letting you see that nothing in life is perfect. Nothing is always going to go as according to plan. Things are going to happen. Loops are going to be thrown into the mix, and you have to flow with it. Be grateful for what is being put into your life for you to deal with, because it is brought to you as a gift of healing, as a gift of learning. And if you look at every situation like that, instead of, oh God, here we go again, or, oh gosh, why is this happening to me? Then you'll be able to see things from a higher perspective. Because I'm being drawn to the owl now on the book for the Winter Seer Animal Companion. Another beautiful deck, has very, very beautiful energy to it. But the owl, again, the head on a swivel, the being able to see at night, you know, the excellent, I mean, they're just excellent hunters, you know. Maybe you need to, I'm getting something about honing in. What do you want to hunt in life is kind of what I'm getting. Let me sit back down. Y'all, I really need to get a standing table that I can move up and down. It'd be so cool if there was like a remote one, you know, where it was like automatic or electronic or whatever, because I'm constantly moving for readings. Or maybe I should just do readings in my kitchen if I just, yeah. Goals, right? What's your dream situation? What's your dream situation? Yes. What is your dream situation? That's what they were trying to tell you. Thank you, Spirit. That was beautiful. This see what happens when you listen. I was told to just be quiet for a second and light the candle. And I listened. I surrendered to what my intuition was telling me. And then the message came through easily. And sometimes it's as simple as that, as surrendering. Like, you know, they're showing me someone who's looking at a phone. Like, you're either questioning calling or talking to someone. It's definitely communication, but it's like maybe you're like debating between like how to communicate, like maybe a text message, or should I actually go see them, you know. And for some of you, that's the most terrifying thought, is to actually be there face to face, because things did not end on what you would call a good note. So maybe for you, texting or an email, some form of, you know, slower paced communication. Because, you know, a lot of people like to say, you know, Eight of Wands, oh, this is rapid communication coming in. Well, what if it's not? What if that Eight of Wands is just a text message? It comes in quick, but there's many of them, right? So it might not be a fast coming, you know, communication. It could be little bits of communication coming in. So back to protection, right? We've got the Florida water. I hope you got your screenshot. I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way now. We have also the black tourmaline. This is one of my pieces. I have multiple. This is in its raw form, what it looks like. I think it's really cool looking. So maybe some of you might feel called to this, I don't know. But, you know, we kind of choose our own. Like, for me, I like this more for clearing energies. And I have other things that I use for protection, but I won't say it because the stones that we are drawn to for a reason. And our mission, if you will, there is to connect with each one, like amethyst. Well, why was I drawn to amethyst? Think that to yourself. And where do you feel it? When you look at it, and whatever you found that connected you to the stone, what was that feeling? Remember that feeling. Look at your stone. Feel your stone. Run your fingers all around it. Okay? Really feel it. You can put it up to your third eye and see if you get anything. You can put it anywhere you feel called to put it. In the back of your neck. Some of y'all nasty. I just got an image I didn't want to see, but whatever. You do you, baby. Wherever the stones resonate for you, whatever you feel called to. Like, for some people, this is for intuition, but for some people, it just helps them, like it can be like a focus, or to remove a blockage. Like, yeah, it's going to be based on something dealing with intuition because that's its purpose, but what does it do for your intuition? What does its energy do for you? Because the energy of the amethyst is not going to be the same for everyone. The energy of the amethyst for some is for removing blockages. The energy of the amethyst for others is for amplifying, or for focusing, or maybe for calming and decreasing, because, you can receive energy from a stone, or you can give energy to it. So if you're feeling overstimulated, if when you're holding it, you're feeling almost like a headache or like a pressure in your crown, or anywhere, I'm getting anywhere. I'm even getting in the neck for some people. If it increases in one hand and decreases in another, that tells you what you need to know about that stone. Really tap into what you feel. Feelings are huge right now. This is all heart chakra, but what people don't seem to understand, heart chakra isn't just when dealing with love and relationships. It's dealing with you at your core. What you truly want, what your hopes and dreams are, what your likes and dislikes, and why your dislikes are your dislikes. Do you even know why you don't like certain things that you don't like? Do you have any clue? How well do you know yourself? I'm getting a lot of self energy as well. Don't feel selfish for being selfish, okay? Don't feel selfish for being selfish. Don't feel selfish for being selfish. Now let me explain, okay? You can probably hear my child down there making noise in the kitchen. Where was I going? Again, more about protection. Some things are personal. Some things you don't need to share. Like, how I just explained the noise in my house, they're playing that up to me. Not everyone deserves to know personal things about you. Not everyone deserves that deep, pure energy of who you are in your core. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people are only meant to be in your life at a surface level. And go with me on this, okay? Because I'm trigger warning. You guys already know that with me. But some people are only meant to be in your life at a surface level because you are meant to trigger an awakening in them in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Because spiritual awakenings are not the only type of awakenings. There's also the awakening of awareness, of being aware that there is something more, of being aware that you are in communication with that something more. And for some people, that's a hard thing to accept because they're taught so much that's so different from it, right? And that's okay. Don't feel bad about that. Because that's what you were taught. That doesn't mean that's what's right. You get to decide what you believe. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't, right? Like, obviously, when we're growing up, we go through a lot of trauma, but literally all of us on the earth we are on right now, there's a lot of parent trauma. Our parents, family trauma, and in general, okay, right? Like, we've played up friendships so much and like being bosses and all this other BS, right? But like at the end of the day, we have forgotten about home. We have forgotten about family. They are our absolute best teachers because they are the ones who signed on to teach us our hardest lessons and us to teach them, right? So sometimes, like, our lesson in helping them learn hard lessons is that we get hurt by them a lot, but then we get a reward at the end of that, and then they get that karma. Like, I just saw someone like checking out at a store. Like, for some people, for some people, it's like, yeah, the Karmic Exchange. Okay, so with the Karmic Exchange, I'll try to keep this as simple as possible. There's a give and a receive, right? So if you're the one constantly giving like rudeness, giving like lying, manipulation, slander, bullying, any of that negativity stuff, right? Then you're going to receive that tenfold. Because everything is connected, right? Like, but it's an infinite circle. So whatever we're putting out, da 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 da, right? We're putting it out. Here's where that karmic exchange happens, is at the center of the infinity, right? At the center of that infinity symbol, that's where the wheel turns. And it's a karmic exchange. Okay? And that can be good or that can be what you would call bad, depending on what shoe you're wearing, right? Like if you're wearing the bad karma shoe, then oh shit, the wheel is turning. I have to pay my dues now. Now, if you're on the other side of where you've been suffering a lot, you've been giving and giving and giving and giving, and constantly working on yourself, trying to develop yourself, like literally I'm seeing someone who's like giving on all ends while trying to, like, I'm seeing roots trying to hold on to the earth of a plant, but it's like the chaos, chaotic storm was what I heard. So the chaotic storm, if you will, the chaotic energies around them are trying to rip them out of the ground. So it's maybe that's why the being grounded was so important. There's stuff going on around you may not even be aware of that can disrupt your balance, which is why grounding, and when I say grounding, guys, I literally mean like getting in touch with yourself. Literally coming back to you is what's grounding. Because when you come back to you, all of your senses are balanced. You're not more in your head thinking. You're not more in the physical feeling, like with certain things we do, right? Like at the gym, you're more like in your body, like you're feeling it, but you're at the same time, you're like keeping that mental focus, and you can feel the exchange of power when you're working out. You can feel as your physical is going, oh, I can't. And then here comes the, I don't know what to call it, the energetic side, the spiritual, the etheric, whatever, the pure soul of you comes back around and is like, no, you can do this last one. And you find that maybe you could actually do 2 or 3 more, because once you win that battle with the mind, with being too much in what you physically feel versus what your heart's really telling you. And that can also go for people holding on to toxic relationships, because now they're switching me to that. This is going to be one of those reads, huh? Sometimes we're too in our emotions to be able to let someone go as well, because we're holding on to but and oh, I love them so much, and we're so much in that emotion that we are forgetting to truly listen to our heart, where our heart is telling us, remember what you felt when you found that email. Remember what you felt when you saw that text come in. Or remember what you felt when you came home from work early. It's going to be different for everyone. But remember what you felt there, right? You knew what to do in that moment. But you let your emotions get the best of you, right? You didn't wait for any explanation. You just went off of pure emotion. I'm seeing an importance in needing to calm yourself and ground and center yourself before you make a big decision. Yeah, there's a lot about really getting to know yourself. A lot of energy about that. Am I pulling any cards right now, or are we just... yeah, let's go with this one. I'm gonna have to shuffle a little weird because, again, we're working around the light, remember? Alright. Oh my god. Cannot. Dude, look. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Okay, some of you, this is what you are about to learn. You have no freaking clue, but you are an empath or a highly sensitive person. This is meaning that your clairs are being activated. And oh my god, did I not talk about your clairs being activated earlier? Yeah, and look, so we've got, in this one specifically, we have the Earth Star, the Heart Chakra, and the Soul Star Chakra that are lit up. This is your this is grounding, your energy in, literally, into the crystalline or Christ aligned grid, whichever one you know resonates for you. This is anchoring your energy into that, and to your connection with the divine or God, you know, whichever, whatever you see, the higher self, you know, whatever. I'm hearing as above, so below, as within, so without. There's truth in everything, right? Keep an open mind. I'm hearing that when you get yourself grounded, this is when you're going to be at peace enough within yourself to even be open to receive the clarity that you need. You need clarity. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe, the Great Gathering. And some more. And I just put out that candle. Let's relight it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to shuffle on maybe like here. No, I'm gonna have to shuffle. I'm gonna have to probably shuffle like away from the light. So we'll make it work. I'll get it figured out. Laying foundations, divine plan, Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Yeah, nobody really talks much about the grandmothers, do they? You hear a lot about moms, but nobody really talks a lot about the grandmothers. Grandmothers play such a huge role, and again, I'm going right back to the whole importance of family. Grandmothers are a huge, huge part of family. Even for those of us who like don't have a good relationship with our grandmothers, there's still something really important there. And for those of us that did have some sort of connection with our grandmothers, like when you look at it in the physical, it may have not been like this grand thing, but energetically and spiritually, you felt so much more. Like you look back now in your childhood and you feel it's so much more important, and you see how it, in some way, it became a part of your foundation, right? And then for others of you, you've just always had them. Like they're like your angel. They're like, you're like guardian angel is your grandmother. I mean, for some of you, it could be grandfather as well. Super specific message. For someone out there, you have a deceased grandfather and he is calling you home. Not home as in, oh, you're going to die, but he's calling you as in he's trying to help guide you. And you've not been listening to his messages. I mean, he's been pulling all sorts of strings for you. Look at the hands, how they look almost like a marionette, like a puppet master playing, with the marionette strings. But instead of it being like people, it's like the whole world. They're moving mountains for you, your ancestors. Strong grandparent energy here. These grandparents are sending you so much love. You have no idea how special you are to them. And for another small group of you out there, this grandparent, they left you feeling almost like a wilted flower for some of you, or I'm seeing just stuff like a flower in a storm. I'm seeing it's really weird, and like I'm seeing like a person, but like it's like a cartoon, okay, like an anime, and they're going from their healthy looking person to like this shriveled up, and they're like curling in to a fetal position, right? So for some of you, that's how you feel. Like you feel like the life has been completely drained out of you because of something that this grandparent did when you were a child. There's something that they made you feel. I'm hearing like a dry of emotion, like a desert. So they must have been like very dry with you. There wasn't a lot of love there. But they didn't know how. They hadn't learned that yet. They had not crossed that bridge. They didn't know how to express and give to you the love that they felt. There was something they could not get past themselves. I feel like you know what it is, and if you don't, you're going to figure out what it is. It's going to be revealed to you. But they did not know what their obstacle in life was, and they couldn't get past it, and because of that, that's why they left everyone. Like everyone felt like it was a dry desert with that person, because no matter how much water they poured on it, it was just gone. Like no matter how much love they gave, there was like nobody ever felt good enough for this person. For some of you, this can be a mother. Small group of you, but for some of you, this is a mother. Okay. That's slightly burny to my arm, but we're working around it. All right, am I shuffling or am I cutting? All right, what messages do you have? I'm hearing take a deep breath. You need a way of stress relief. Somebody here really needs a form of stress relief. Or maybe you need multiple forms. Maybe you have a lot of stress and what you're doing isn't enough to alleviate all of the stress you have. Like maybe you play video games or like watch TV or something, but yeah, you're already doing it. Whatever it is that you've been doing for like stress relief, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. So you already know, like your gut's already going to tell you. You're going to just know. And for all of you, that's going to be something dealing with outside, right? For some of you, it's going to be as simple as literally going out like in the library gardens or the church gardens, somewhere outside where it's still like covered so you're not being like roasted by the sun, you know. Maybe it's walking through like the deep forests, where you know not a lot of sunlight gets in, kind of like Northwest US area. I'm getting Twilight vibes here, y'all, like not gonna lie. What's up, Forks? How y'all doing out there? Always wanted to go there, maybe one day, right? And then for some of you, those activities are going to be a little bit more on the wild side, you know, like it's going to be like kayaking, whitewater rafting, mountain climbing, hiking. For some of you, it's going to be some form of herbalism. You're going to like, I'm hearing botany. I don't know exactly what that is, but for some of you, it's dealing with nature outside, with actual learned science of plants. Science of plants is what I'm getting. Science of plants. Once you get yourself into whatever this outside activity is for you, so many downloads, so much information and guidance is going to be coming in for you. And I am in need of water. Drink water, guys. Don't forget. One thing I've noticed is when I'm channeling, excuse me, I will forget to drink water. And that includes when I'm having a conversation with someone, because a lot of times when I'm having conversation with friends and family, I will literally start channeling and I will just go on and on and on. And whatever messages are coming, like I will literally, it's almost like the conversation gets hijacked with channeled messages coming in. But that's kind of the same thing that's going to happen for you, is you're going to be just doing this new thing that you found that you love doing outside. And that's going to connect you. That's going to be the connecting, the grounding that you need. Because you're also doing something for yourself that you've always wanted to do. For some of you, that's what this is. For some of you, this is something that you were never allowed to do. I'm seeing like a roots, grabbing someone's feet and holding them, like it was something you were never allowed to do. So with the roots, that tells me that it was someone in your family that stopped you from being able to do some of these things that you loved. For some of you, it's going to be many, many things, and this is just the part you're on for this part of your journey, is this outside activity. For some of you, this is going to ancient sites, like traveling to ancient sites around the world. And for some of you, it's going to be going to places of renown, like I'm seeing a giant library. I'm seeing like a government building, and I'm also seeing oh gosh, where they have like the opera and the ballet. Maybe even Broadway for some of you. But it's something outdoors. It's gonna connect. They're gonna be connected somehow. Maybe it's because when you find whatever this thing is and it brings you this beautiful connection, right? Then from there, it's almost like I'm seeing like a shift in a timeline, almost like they just showed me Scott Bakula in Quantum Leap when he's talking to what was the guy that always had, was it Amy, the name of the computer? And he's got the cigar, like he always had the cigar in his hand. Oh, what was that guy's name? Anyways, it's showing me there where, because he always had some like smart ass remark that he would say is it Scott Bakula? Is that who played the guy? I think it was. But he always had something to say to him before, because he would type in, okay, time to go, doot, dink, and then he would go, and so he would always have some smart ass thing to say to him. And oh boy, I'm hearing oh boy a lot. Yeah, that's one thing that he always said as well, because a lot of times when it was time to change and Quantum Leap again, because that's literally the name of the show. There's something in that show for someone. Go watch it. It was actually a really good show, even though the graphics, they're going to be very retro. Let's just put it that way, okay? So, like, don't go in there, like, expecting, modern day, like, Dune and Tron graphics, because you're going to be disappointed. Go in there thinking, what was it, those, like, 8-bit video games or whatever they were, like, the, like, Pac-Man and, was it Galaga, Centipede, like, all those old games like that. Go with that kind of mindset, okay? Be open-minded. Oh, but this is going to be so beautiful for you, because something about connecting with that is going to allow you to be able to go to these other places that I'm seeing, because these other places aren't all outdoors. For some of you, these are museums. For some of you, it's ancient ruins where they were ancient civilizations that you're drawn to or whatever. Or maybe it's just going where your ancestors are. Maybe this is visiting your own ancestry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you finding this outdoor activity makes you more open to travel. Oh, it helps you connect more with the world because you feel safe out in the world, because you found something you love doing, that you have fun doing, that keeps you present in the moment because you're grounded while you're doing it. And that's what ties it all in, because you find your thing, whatever your thing is that keeps you grounded. You already know what this is because it says you're already doing it. And I'm seeing so many different things. It's actually making my brain hurt. So we're going to move on from that. Yeah, dude, weren't we talking about protection? Look, bottom of the deck. Protection. It felt important. And look, here it is. Guys, always know that when you're working on yourself and you're following the light, when you are working around the light, what is the light? The light is truth, right? Well, what is the truth? Love. Love is the highest frequency of all, period. And that's what it is all about. It's what we all want. It's what we all seek in different ways. That's going to be different for everyone. But when you are seeking the truth, when you always say, please, when you seek truth, I want the truth. I just want the truth. Not, oh, I really want this person because I really, really like them, and oh, they're really, really pretty, and oh, they're really, really sexy, or this, that, or the other. Like, no, that is ego. That is ego. No matter how you slice it, that is egotistical. That has your own selfish wants and needs attached to it. You have to come from a place of surrender, which is a neutral place to be. It is like, yeah, I'm getting a lot of like in between energy. Like, they're not flying, but they're not on the ground either. Because when you look at all of them, none of them really look like they're standing on a ground. They look like they're standing on an invisible ground. So it is an unseen energy. This is an unseen energy, right? And those are the most dangerous, because an unseen energy is an energy whose intention we do not know. Because if you know where the energy is coming from, no matter what shape it's in, whether that be, evil eye, or someone talking shit behind your back, or, in other people's cases, it could be like spell work, things like that. Any form of like negative energy, period. When you don't know who it's coming from, you don't know the intention behind it, because you don't know what energy's core to attach to, right? I mean, that's why to me, the cards and all of these other divination tools, literally rocks, shadows, literally shadows. I got an entire channeled message from the shadows that the tree was making on the ground, in combination with the textures of the ground and things that were on the ground, like leaves, flowers, the road and the driveway and things like that. Like everything was literally connected to create a bigger picture. And I knew it was to create a bigger picture because I'm on the second floor and I was looking out of my window, which was giving me a higher perspective, right? Which is what I talked about earlier as well. You have to take a higher perspective on your protection. Don't think that, oh, it's just woo woo. For some of you, protection could be literally as simple as doing the sign of the cross. Name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Do you feel power in that? Do you feel energy flowing and coursing through your body when you send out that intention of bringing in protection for yourself and you do the sign of the cross? If it does, then that is for you. If it doesn't, then baby, don't worry about it. It's not for you. There's something else for you. There is some other way for you, and that is okay. It doesn't have to be the same for everybody. Everybody's different. That is what is so beautiful about this. If we could all just come to understand that while I may not know who the heck you are, somehow we are all still connected in the circle of life. You might not like whales. You are directly connected to them. Go ahead, go out there and look and see. If you're called to, go ahead and go look and see what happens if we lose the whales. What happens to our ocean? How would that throw the balance off? Go ahead and go look at that. Everything has a purpose. Including you, I just heard. This is for someone who doubts that they need protection. Like, oh, I'm nobody special. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Whoever this is going to resonate for, creating heaven on earth, it's happening, Lemuria. Okay. Oh, shit. Whoever this is for, you may be a Lemurian starseed. If you resonate with that, cool. If not, cool. You may be a descendant from the humans that lived in Lemuria. You bring with you great knowledge, and that is why you need to be protected. You're being hidden. You're being hidden, but you need to learn how to actively take steps to protect yourself because, evil is evil, right? And it doesn't rest because it's all aggression all the time, right? Yeah. And soul family, calling your tribe, and the whales is on the card. Holy crap. Guys, do what you love. Do what you love. Do what you love. There is something amazing for you. Do what you love. Do not hesitate to do what you love. Yeah, I'm really getting a feeling of needing to get outside, even if it's just to sit there, and just look at the stars. Maybe you just want to sit by the water and listen to the sounds of the water, whatever body of water that may be. You just need to sit there and take a break, right? Take a break. Look how it says, take a break, a life's work, not a season. Get off of the treadmill. Some of you have been pushing for things. Yeah. This is about the ebb and flow. I'm being shown moon cycles. I'm being shown tides, the changing tides. I'm being shown flowers opening, and then I'm being shown buds of flowers. This is about the ebb and flow of life, of energy, of the universe itself. Pillar of light. Yeah, you're anchoring in something new. This is why the getting grounded is so important. Oh my God, birthing a new age. Yeah, you're anchoring in an entirely new vibration, a higher vibration. This is ascension energy, but this is like not transformation. This is like your transformation is complete and you have to anchor it in now. Right, so this may be like an uncomfortable time for you. You might feel like, yeah, see, this is a time of rest. Look, deep replenishment. What lights you up? What do you find to be fun, right? That we were literally talking about this earlier. Getting out there and doing things and not being afraid and not feeling like, you're not good enough and not feeling like, well, what's the point? Well, what's the point is just to do whatever you feel like doing. Literally why we're here. You need to rest. And by rest, I mean you need to do something fun. Tie something fun into your work. Like, this is why this is important, because some of you, this is going to be a change in career. For some of you, this is going to be a change. We have Saturn and Jupiter both on this card. So we have restriction and expansion. Karmic. This is karmic. You are deep within the karmic exchange, and next comes your expansion, where the wheel turns and you go back up, right? Do you see how Saturn is there first and next comes Jupiter? You just need to let go. Imagine yourself floating on the water. We've all been there, right? Even if it was just when we were kids. Imagine yourself floating on the water, right? And you can feel it. Feel what the water feels like moving your body on the surface of the water. Which parts of your body float up or bob and do this or that. You feel light, almost like flying. Now, just feel that feeling of floating, that fly feeling, that lightweight feeling. And imagine yourself just flying through space. You are going past Saturn, and you're moving on to Jupiter. I'm being shown the order of the planets. For some reason, that's important. Give me 1 second to think about this, okay? So Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, those three are important astrologically. I'm not sure what it is that those three control, but these are things, maybe not all three of them will resonate with everyone, but one of them will resonate with you of these three as things that you have already accomplished and worked past. So like you've completed, it's like you're working your way towards the sun, towards the light, towards the center of you, of yourself. So you're still on the right path. You You don't feel like it because you're in a transformative phase, right? Like look at how that looks like DNA. Right? It's like you're being upgraded in every way. Your entire reality is shifting. And for some of you, this is a changing career. You're going to find what you truly love doing to get grounded. And when you get that, there's something about whatever activity that you do to ground yourself is going to be able to be used as a hobby that is going to turn out to make you money. Like you're literally just going to be going out and keeping yourself balanced for the, greater good of everybody. Because, I don't know about you, but when I'm out of balance, you don't want to be around me if you are the one that triggered it. But whatever it is that you find to bring yourself into balance, that keeps you grounded, it's going to free you. You're going to feel so free doing it, right? And it's going to help you clear a lot of karma, because you're going to start doing things from a place of non-attachment. Like you're literally just doing something that your heart is calling for you to do, and you're sharing whatever that is. And whatever that is just going to happen to be something that brings you money. It brings you a new way of life, a new existence. It's like, it's like you get your rewards because you did the work. Like you stayed consistent, you stayed strong through it all, and being shown the power of a bear. But you were also very agile. You were able to maneuver through. This is what you're doing. You don't even realize this, but you're actually maneuvering through everything that I'm literally seeing, like everything that's being thrown at you, and you're just like this samurai, like I'm seeing now they're showing me that stupid game. Oh my god, I can't stand games like that. I can't. I'm awful at them. I can't hit hardly any of the damn fruits, but Fruit Ninja. Not when it gets to the higher levels. It just gets too crazy for me and I can't. Anyways, that's what I'm seeing. Like you're taking everything that's being thrown at you with grace and ease. Remember to be grateful. Every now and then, don't forget to take a look at your journey to see how far you've come. Okay? And then when you do that, when you've sat there and you've looked at how far you've come and everything that you've learned, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? And you will know. When you sit there and you look back at your path from a place of surrender and openness, like you open your heart to see whatever it is, whatever I need to see. If it's that I fucked up, show me. If it's, that this person really was a douche canoe, then show me. Whatever it is, just seek that truth. You go into it with no attachment. When you go in with no attachment, it's because you're going in looking for the truth. The truth is the truth is the truth, no matter how you slice it, and it's the loudest when it's silent. This is why you need to have faith and take that leap. Stop letting these people block you again. We've already talked about the energetic, right, and the spiritual attacks. But there are also people around you. I feel close to you. And I'm like really aggravated with this person. I feel really aggravated with them, and I feel like you might as well. Like, they always, they want to impose all of their opinions onto you. Like, they always feel like they know what's best for you, and you're just like, no, enough. Enough. You know that deep down, the only one who truly knows what's best for you is you, and that's because you know to follow your gut, because you have grounded your energies in. Do you see how the lights don't go up into the etheric, they go down into the earth, okay? Into the core. But in order to ground into the core, you have to be grounded into your core first. That's what you're being guided to do now. Whatever it is you're being called to do, you have to just do it, okay? Because you with this card, I feel like you already know. Especially if you do sit there and you do look back at your path so far and everything that's happened that you've been through. And then you answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Answer your soul's call. What is it that you're feeling? You already know. You just have to take that leap. Whatever you're being guided to do, you need to do it. Some of you are already doing it because they had me keep this card off on the side over there. Now they want me to put it back. So some of you are already doing whatever this is. But you've got to keep yourself protected. And have faith. You're not going to be alone. You have support that's coming in through the physical, but you've got to align within yourself first. Until you do that, your tribe can't come in until you align yourself, guys. And I know that sucks, but it's because there is a part of this transformational process in life that we go through where we have to do that part alone. Okay, and that doesn't mean that you're alone. For some of you, you're a single parent. I have 3 kids, you guys. And I've been doing it alone the last 12 years. And when I say alone, I mean alone. I mean, like, I didn't have someone to, take some of that burden of having to make all the heavy decisions. Like, every disappointment was always on me because I couldn't say, listen, I don't want to be the bad guy today. Can you please go handle this for me? I didn't have that. So whatever it is for you, in whatever way you are feeling alone, explore that first and foremost, because trust me, good Lord, there are so many triggers there and they're painful and you're going to cry, but you're going to feel so good after. It is a process, but it is so worth going through because then you start to see where people come into your life that are aligned to you. Do you see how this is perfectly mirrored energy? But you have to align yourself first to get that. Right now, you're like these shattered pieces. I feel like you've called back. See the soul, and it says soul retrieval. Yeah, you're already doing it. You're already calling back these shattered pieces of you that you gave out to other people throughout, your life. And for those of you that believe in it, throughout all of your lifetimes, across all space and all time, you are calling all of that back to you. And once you realign, that is when this soul family can come in, because your vibe attracts your tribe, like they say, right? You get back what you put out. It's not the time to jump into anything. Do you see that storm? I'm literally seeing a ship out at sea and there's a storm coming, and the person I'm seeing feels like they can feel that that's a big, like this one's going to be a doozy. That's going to be a big one. I'm hearing that's going to be a big one. So now is not the time. And whatever pops into your mind when I say that now is not the time for that, that is exactly what it is not time for. Don't question yourself. Don't second guess it. Yeah, that's the truth. You're going to feel it in your heart. In your heart, it's either going to hurt like hell, because for some of you, small group of you, you're pulling your energy away from someone or something, and that's going to be painful. And for others of you, this is a heart opening, and it is going to be painful, but both, whichever one, all forms of this healing, this heart healing, are going to be beautiful. But it's not the time. It's not done yet. There's more. There's more. Things haven't been integrated yet. Yeah, creating heaven on earth, it says it's happening. So this is in process right now. This card is always such a beautiful card. Whenever I get it, it doesn't matter. Whenever I see it, even when if it falls out and I hear, nope, not this time, it's still just a beautiful energy that I feel from it. And that's the card of trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? If you knew you were not alone, what would you do? You know that thing everybody used to play with in the store, that crystal ball that with the lightning inside, that you would touch it, and even if you just did one finger, all of it was like immediately drawn to your finger? I'm seeing that happening, but to a person energetically, as they take the first step in their true direction, which is truly, truly following your heart. First, you have to go through the process of being honest about what it is you're feeling in your heart and why you're feeling that way. Then you find your direction of where your heart's calling you to go, the true direction your heart wants to go. I feel like the moment you do that soul child, I'm just seeing all of those. I'm seeing all these lights coming into one focal point and the light growing. It's collective energy. You're calling in your soul family. Whatever people were meant to be here for very important reasons for you. Yeah, you have to trust whatever that is for you. If you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? Your ancestors are with you. I said that. Didn't I say that earlier? I was talking about the grandparents. And this also says here, and ancient ancestors stand beside you. So for some of you, maybe that part didn't resonate with you about the grandparents, but what are our grandparents, especially if they've passed on? They are our ancestors. Any of our family that has passed on, those are our ancestors. And there are those that are with you from your family. Just because you didn't know them here in the physical does not mean that they love you any less. They're here to help guide you because there's some generational trauma attached to you. That's not for everyone, but whoever it's for, you'll know who. Trauma passed down from generation to generation, vicious cycles that continue repeating, passed on from parents to kids, Unintentional, a lot of times, unintentional. I mean, most of the time they don't even know what they're doing, and when they do, they're so, in their ego that they can't bring themselves to, apologize for anything, or, even admit it. Yeah, longing for home. Yeah, you want to be home. You want to feel like you have a family. The initiation rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Yeah, see, I told you, this is transformation. Okay, we're good with this deck. This is transformation, and this is about you following your guidance. If any of these crystals, I don't know, I do have a shell here as well. If that calls to anyone, maybe the ocean is of significance to you. Maybe that's part of where your heart's calling you. Anything, okay, here's what I'm being given. Anything that you have in your possession that you keep that is of nature, absolutely. And I'm also getting of spiritual and emotional significance to you. Could be an old piece of jewelry, it could be a little figurine, it could be a coin. I'm seeing all sorts of things. It's like weird, a teapot, like something that you have that it kind of like entrances you every time you look at it. Stop avoiding that. I'm seeing someone like feeling a connection forming to something and then they're putting it down and walking away. Stop doing that when you feel connections. Stop just walking away. That could also be with people for somebody out there. Stop walking away from connections. Somebody here, you walk away from people whenever you make a connection with them. Like you connect and it scares the shit out of you. Like it scares the shit out of you. Like, how does this person know what I'm thinking? How do they know what I'm feeling without me telling them? Well, that's because you've made a soul connection, my love, and there's nothing wrong with that. Drink water. It's very important with what you're going through right now in this transitory period in your life. Drink water, drink water, drink water. I cannot stress that enough, especially if you tend to forget like I do. And look up water and frequencies and how frequencies affect water if you feel called to, because I'm hearing intentions. Setting intentions again is important. Just dropping little pearls of wisdom in there for whoever feels called to it. I think I'm gonna leave it here. This has been a really, really long reading, but let me see real quick if I feel called to anything here. Crown chakra. The unlimited self. Manifestia, yeah. Focus on your manifestations. Focus, and what does that mean? That means daydream, baby. Daydream your life away right now, okay? Any chance you can that you're not going to get in trouble if you're in school, and that you're not going to get in trouble at work, or that you're not going to crash a freaking car or something like that, safety first. But whenever you're just sitting around or you're bored or whatever, just take a moment. Literally, just take a moment and daydream the hell out of that moment about your dream life, okay? Plant that extra little seed. And it's not just about planting the seed, because if you've already thought about your dream life, you've already planted the seed. Now, you have to come back and water it every now and then, right? The balance is about coming back, and how do we water it? Emotion, energy of love. So come back and water those seeds, right? Water those seeds. And then go back to focusing on your day-to-day and let the rest process, right? The energies are constantly flowing. I mean, literally, yeah, healing. That's going to bring you great healing. Yeah, don't forget to dream. Don't forget to daydream. Daydreaming is not a bad thing. I know that we're all told that when we're in school, and it really freaking sucks because, like, I was a huge daydreamer. Yeah. What do you think our ancestors did? Seriously. Let's just logically sit here, okay, for a moment and think about this, okay? Because we got our ancient future and Mount Shasta, right? And this talks about a calling home, and the grids, the Earth's grid lines. Like, where are you called to? What places do you feel energetically attached to? Some people feel like a strong call to, like, feudal Japan, Is it feudal Japan? Feudal Japan? I don't know. That was very specific. But it's the first thing that came through, and I'm seeing also China because I'm seeing a lot of red and gold, and that's like the ancient Chinese dragons and things like that. And I saw the Great Wall. But wherever you're feeling pulls to, let me see if I can get any other places, any other pulls for the people watching this video. Any other places, please. They want you to ask yourself, where do you feel called to? They're literally showing me, like, they're showing me other places, but it is like a TV, like a screen that's flashing by so fast. The images are flying so fast that you can't focus on something long enough to get a bearing of where you're even at. So they want you. They said that's what stops the wheel is when when you step off. When you take that step into the direction you're being called to step into, you like elevate, right? Because the wheel keeps turning no matter what. But are you going to step off and take that transitionary period of going up to the next cycle that you have to be on? Because there's something new for you to learn. And it might still have something to do with the past stuff. And that's okay, right? Because everything is connected. And that's kind of what this all talks about as well. To know your future, you must learn your past. Follow. I'm hearing follow the pearls of wisdom, follow the butterflies. Funny Harry Potter reference there. Follow whatever the symbol is for you, because I'm drawn to how there's different light language in every one of these little bubbles on this card, right? And they're all going to different places. And all you need to do is align with your heart, you know? When you align with your heart, that's where your crown chakra like fully kicks in, because it's certain chakras cannot function properly unless they are healthily connected to other specific chakras for different purposes. That's why I say everything is connected. Okay? So, you might be more focused on your career and you're wondering why the hell you got to work on family trauma. Well, maybe that family trauma veered you in a completely different direction than what your heart and your soul, because that's what the soul is. It's the voice of the heart, the eyes of the voice of the, sorry, let me gather these thoughts here. Again, the scattered energy. Yeah, you gotta get grounded. Your intuition, right, are the eyes of your soul. And your heart center, is the voice of your soul. They need to be working together for you to know your true direction. And for them to do that, they individually all have specific ties to the lower chakras. So it's like I'm being shown an engine, how different parts of an engine affect how the engine works as a whole. Like an engine isn't just, oh yeah, this is an engine. No, it's like, okay, this with this here and this up there attached like that, and then this on the other side like that. Like this is the engine. Oh, but wait, this has got to be like slightly touching that because they, for whatever reason they need to be close enough, right? Like it's bunches of tiny little things put together. You're the same way. Your body is the same way. Your energy is the same way because the energy is flowing through the vessel, right? You are a soul having a physical experience. Anything else? Yeah, this deck feels quiet now. Okay. Alright, this has been a really long video, you guys. This one's quiet, this one's quiet. Anything else? There's something here. Again, talking about rest. 4 feathers, rest. You don't always have to be fighting a fight or, doing something. Bears are strong, right? Look how comfortable that bear is resting. Do you know why that bear is comfortably resting there? Because it knows anything that comes up to it, he's just going to swat it away easily, right? Perception, truth, Queen of Feathers. Remember how I talked about how the bat sees? Cannot make this up. I talked about how the bat sees, right? The bat sees at night because it uses sonar. Is it sonar? Is it? Yeah, and there are animals that, like, the way they see is through heat, like infrared. Echo? I don't know. Okay, stay committed. Stay committed to what your dreams are, okay? And sometimes it's, when you're tending to a garden, it's not all work, right? It's not all being out in the garden. Sometimes you just need to let the garden be, right? Let it take in the sunlight and the air and the rain on its own and do its own thing. And then from there, you go and you tend to it. You tend to the weeds, you put any special feed for any plants, like there might be some, I don't know, special something that you can do. I'm clearly, that's not my forte. So somebody out there who knows this, first of all, that's really cool to know all those things off the top of your head because I wish I did. And secondly, you get the picture. You get what I'm trying to say. You especially. Anything else? I heard follow the light before I picked it up, and it's the 2 of feathers, which is 2 of swords, decisions and direction. And follow the light, follow your truth. What is the light? The light is your truth, and the truth is in your heart. Only you can find that. It's different for everybody. Stop caring what other people think. Card. This one. 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Crystals, dedication and progress. Yeah, putting in the work. Yeah, who cares what other people think? You're the one that has to work for whatever this is. Do you want to be a workhorse is what I'm hearing. I'm seeing an exhausted buffalo with something tied on it. It's not free. It's not a wild buffalo out there doing buffalo things. It's not a wild lizard out there doing lizard things. It's restricted, tied down. Oh, when I said that, it was 1441 on the clock. So, mirrored energy for somebody there. Break the chains. Oh, they're bringing me my favorite quote. You are free to sever the chains of fate that bind you. Listen up. You are free to sever the chains of fate that bind you. You are not as restricted as you think you are. Stop being in your head about doing what you feel is the right thing for you. Nobody knows that but you. Stand your ground. Again, for some of you, this is about a career change. And I feel like people around you are like, what the F is wrong with you? You have this job that pays so well. Why would you want to do something where apparently somebody feels like money would be tight? But you believe in your dream and you know that you can be prosperous, and you are right. Top card, okay. Yeah, it's a challenge. 5 of Acorns is 5 of Wands, challenge and growth. This is where you grow. You need to anchor in that fire, that power, that roar. Anchor that energy in. You know what's right. You know what you want to put all of that work into. And you sure as hell don't want to do it tied up in chains. You want to be free to do it your way, as you should be. Free will. That's universal law, baby. Free will. We each get to make choices for everything about our own lives. No one should get to control that. Stand your ground. This is a challenge to see if you're really ready to fight for what you want. 6 of Crystals would be 6 of Pentacles, equal give and take, synergy, gratitude. Yeah, it's a balance. It's a balance of like receiving what like this is, I'm talking about like with the universe. It's a balance of receiving from the universe and then giving back gratitude, right? Because when you give back in gratitude, like, okay, say you got into a fight with someone you really care about, right? That you love them so much, they're important to you. But like y'all have problems for whatever reason, and they came at you in an argument and you just stayed calm. You felt the triggers, but you've been putting in the work. 8 of Pentacles. You've been freely putting in the work because this is a wild buffalo. I just heard, I got no strings on me. So somebody here, you are breaking free, my love. Whoever you are, I don't know who you are, but baby, you are breaking free. There are no strings on me. All you need to do is stop doubting your decisions. That 2 of Swords is like not knowing what choice to go in with or what direction to go in with your decisions. But why? Why can you not see? Why can you not see? They just showed me the Leap of Faith card. 9 of Shells, gratitude and fulfillment. Okay. What is 9 of Shells? 9 of Shells is 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is what? 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment card, right? Well, what's a wish fulfillment? That if you take a leap of faith, you're not going to fall on your ass, right? Like either you're actually going to get caught, like your dreams are actually going to come true, like you're not just going to jump and be like the fucking coyote, like, oh shit, I'm dead, and you just plummet into the ravine, right? Like, nobody wants that. We want to be the fucking roadrunner that everything's like magical and always perfect for, right? No matter how crazy life is for that roadrunner, beep beep, right on through the problem, right? But you have to have faith to do that. You have to get out of your head. And how do you do that? When you stay grateful, right? When you continue to give gratitude and you see everything happening around you, even the bad, as something great happening for you to help you clear out what no longer serves you, You feel more full, more whole on the inside. And when you feel more whole on the inside, happy and safe within yourself and in your world, out of your own doing, not having what you think you want, but still being happy and feeling whole and just like, yeah, you know, it doesn't matter. Life is good. It's okay. It is what it is, baby. Like, you have to do that first to get that fulfillment. Take that leap of faith. Six, love, choice, trust. Six, is that 6? 6. 0 is the Fool, 1 is the Magician, 2... Was it Fool, Magician? No. Oh, hell if I know. Is this the Lovers? No? Let's find out. I have to have a little tarot book here somewhere. I have like 4 damn decks. Okay, good. We'll use this one. It's not the same one, but what's number 6? Oh, it is. It's the Lovers. So it's a choice. Okay, they want me to read the definition of it in this one because it's going to be for somebody. It's going to resonate if this is an actual lover. It says the divine lover. Love it. That sounded so creepy. Lover. Like I'm coming for you. That's kind of creepy. Not gonna lie. Maybe a little less creepy. Contain yourself. The divine lover. Love as often as you can and in as many ways as possible. Love deeply, love fully, and love completely. Love is the human manifestation of divine connection in the material world. Yeah, see, love is literally everything. I literally said that earlier, did I not? I said love is everything at the end of the day. What is the light? The light is truth. And what is the truth? Love. Love is the truth. Love is the way. Love is everything. And at the very end of our reading now, here at the end, our final card is choice and trust, the Lover's card. See, that's the beauty of the Lovers. Do you see how they're both wolves? They don't have leashes on them. There are no chains. There are no strings on me. For some of you, you're going to find true love when you finally release yourself, when you free yourself from whatever chains are holding you. And for some of you, you're still learning what those chains are, and that is okay because this gives you hope. This gives you something to look forward to. Love is about making a choice to trust someone no matter what chaos is going on around the two of you. Trusting that what they are telling you is the truth no matter what. And know that because you are choosing love, and that's how you can trust, because the only way to trust is to choose to come from a place of love. So when you choose love, you choose to trust. That is the choice that you make. And when you make the choice to come from love, that is what you attract to you. You become magnetic in energy and all of the love in every form. Friends, family, career, money, material, energetic, all of it. All of it is magnetized towards you because you're choosing love. You're choosing to love yourself. You're choosing to love the world. You are choosing to love exactly where you're at, no matter how shitty your situation may seem. You know that you are divinely guided there and that you're learning something from this place, and you need to be grateful for that. Because until you can appreciate what you're going through and what you've been through, you can never get to where you want to be. I hope that helped you guys. Again, if you have any questions about anything up on here, just ask me in the comments below. And this was really fun. I liked this because there was so much stuff here that it kept my eyes going from different things. It was really beautiful. I liked the way it flowed, and I know it seemed a little crazy with all the decks on here, but it's nice to switch things up every now and then, right? So I hope this helped you guys, and I really hope that you gain some insight from this, or you get some healing from it, some form of guidance, something to help you on your path. I thank you for sharing your beautiful energy with me. I thank your spirit team and your ancestors, my spirit team and my ancestors, all for being here and guiding us on this path of love and truth. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and close this reading out here, and I will see you in the next read. Like the video if you enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload another video. And they're usually not this long, for whoever is like, oh my god, ended already. Don't worry, they're not normally this long. I've done really good at breaking them down, but every now and then there will be a video like this, because this was massive energy. So when there is something massive for the collection, for the collective, there's going to be a collection of information that needs to come through, and I will be doing it in this format here, okay? So if you don't like that, then just don't watch the collective reads, because they will be a little bit longer, okay? All right, love you guys. Take care of yourselves, and again, any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments below. Take care. Bye.